Good morning and welcome to Raoul's house. Yes, good morning. A bit of a slower start than I expected. White labels. I'm going to need some self-adhesive labels because all the carpet's going down in here, and I'm going to have one or two kind of loose ends of cables that'll be wired up for downstairs, etc., but not needed at the moment. I'm going to need to label them so I know what the hell they are, because they're all going to terminate on this landing, you see. So bought some self-adhesive labels, made life a lot easier. That is pretty much what I'll be doing today, just dropping the last of the cables down and labelling everything up so I can connect it all at a later date and not have to lift carpets again to find out where the hell they went. Well, if I'm going to get all the boards down in the box room, which is right above the hallway, and you notice it's slightly wider because there's a stud board above this but pushed back. Right, so I've already got one cable down, which I'll show you in a minute, but all I've got at the moment is a screwdriver stuck up there so I can find out where to feed the cable down. So I've lifted a floorboard about here upstairs. Right, so let's go and find that screwdriver. That's as near as I'm going to get, so I'm going to have to put my arm under there with the cable and try and feed it down. You won't see anything, it'll be too dark. If I just bring my cable in under here and push that screwdriver down, then push the cable through at the same time. Right, we'll have a go. And I felt the screwdriver drop, and there seemed to be a hole there, and I fed the cable down. So with a bit of luck, Raoul's house, it's gone downstairs. Let's go and have a look. There we go, spot on. I'll get on my little step, pull that down. I'm going to need as much that size, just over a foot. Yeah, that should be ample. Granted, I've got to chase it in, but that doesn't matter. That's a downstairs job anyway. Just want the cable in. So that's the lighting cable. So now I've got to route that. Well, you'll see. Let's go upstairs. The right hand wall light I've already routed through here. Right wall light. Yep. So all I've got to do is bring the other one over and label that one accordingly as well. Makes the whole thing a lot easier, especially when the boards are down and the carpet's down. You know what's what. So that's where I dropped the cable off what was left on the reel. So that's going to have to go like that and down onto the landing. So I'll have to thread it under these boards first. Probably do it, just push the reel through if I'm lucky, it's pretty small. And reach under the other side. So I'll have to recheck that I've still got a foot and a bit downstairs. And now I've just got to find a route through, take it down there, snip it and put a label on it. I think, you know, by and large electricians mark them with little notches on the end. Well, that's all right if if you're just marking switch, pendant, live in, live out. But I'm going to have a lot of spaghetti here until it's all joined up. So they do need properly labelling. That's them. Right, what's the next one? Porch light. Yeah. And I'll calculate if the width of the hallway is from here to there. It's going to be there somewhere. Well, that might be a clue because these are the old wires. Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, that was interesting. It's got a piece of wood braced across this. I'm not sure why. Because it's not lath and plastering the porch, is it? It's either plasterboard or asbestos, one or the other. Let's get some of these Stick some wood out. Probably plumber left a load of this. Yeah, you can kind of see where it goes, look. Right under there. You'll see. So, that means I've got to go into the porch, unscrew the light fitting in there, pull down the wires, cut them, and then all these should come out, and then I can drop the new one in. Yes. Yeah, well that'll be that then. Right, let's get a step and get up there. Alright. Looks like they're held on there. Exciting all this, isn't it? A voyage of discovery. Oh, quite long screws. I think what I'm going to do is get this bulb back, get the actual lampshade off. I don't know if I'd ever use that anyway, but it's going to be heavy otherwise. And the whole thing might just drop, which I don't really want. So let's get that off. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. The old shock blocks, eh? Right, I'll just snip that off and then we can pull that all up and shove the new cable through. It won't be connected to anything, but at least it'll be in. Well, brand new reeler cable again. Oh, you just use miles of lighting cable. Never underestimate or be mean buying the lighting cable. Oh, it's well wrapped. Will it ever end? Hey, right. I better uncoil enough to get under there. Right, about there, I think. I'm humming an hour in here. Oh, that's better. Yee-hoo. So, let's bit of loose cable. Find where it drops. Oh yeah. So if you push, this is all the cable that was hanging out of the ceiling. Just shoving it through the hole. There's the hole. All men should be able to find holes in the dark. Well, that's only a guess. It's going to come through that hole. And that hole through here and terminate up there. And better check that I've still got a cable, enough cable hanging downstairs. Yep, that looks alright to me. Right, let's snip this bit of cable off, because it's going to come up where these wall lights do in this space. So that should be more than enough. That's snip that. Bang. That's what you're waiting for, isn't it? Well, it's not going to happen. Right. I'll tell you what. It's all action today, isn't it? Start threading this through. It's a bit of a pain, you know, when cable comes straight off of the reel, because it's lovely and curly. Don't like too many cables in one hole, so I'm going to make another one. Otherwise, you know, I don't know if you'd get hot spots, not these days. The loads that we have in domestic settings, this is all upstairs stuff and only lighting, are pretty low really. But all the same, I'm going to run an extra hole, and it gives me another way to run a cable, because I've got to run one for an outside light, remember, you see. just a reminder of why I'm rewiring like this. There's a bit of method in my madness. But anybody else wondering, why is he bringing everything up here to the one spot? It's a bit like running a ship. It provides a service hatch to get to everything. So all the cables that run wherever they run have no joins. They terminate where they terminate, and the only joins are under the service hatch, and everything will be labelled. So if I ever have a need to get at it, I've only got to lift the carpet on the landing, not take out all the furniture out of the rooms. There's a bit of sense in all this. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So I've now got the right and left wall lights, and this one is porch light, so I better put a label on that. Right. Porch. I don't know if I need to write light. Otherwise I'll see what it is. Right. Looks like old English script. Right. So that's porch light. Right and left all lights. That's just the real cable. And I've got some other cables on here which I've yet to label, so I need to get those done at the same time, because there's some that came out of this room. I've also got to run a lighting loom for the front room downstairs. So I'll have to have boards up in here, I guess. Don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow, but they've got to come up. Yeah, anyway, it's getting a bit more organised now, so I know what's what. I need to remove some stuff. These cables that are sitting here, well, that one's not doing anything. I think they're supplying this actually, so I could probably take this socket front off, get rid of that. What's the betting? There's a massive hole in the skirting where that socket was put. No point in having a socket on a landing. You've got them in the bedrooms anyway. Why do you want one there? Don't make any sense. Yes, so and we'll get rid of this old junction box that can come out. Yeah, screwdriver I think. These wires, I got rid of that. I smashed it off with a hammer, that junction box. It's quicker than finding the screwdriver. These are the switch wires for, yes, the hallway. I've got a three-way light switch down there. One is already designated to the landing light and has already been wired in. These are for the remaining two. So one will do the porch light, one will do the hall light. Correct. I'll try and change jobs at some point in the day. I do need to fill that in. I can't do all that with filler, so it'll need some bonding plaster on that. So I'll put some PVA on it and then fill it up. All filled up as usual. Keep it just below the surface because it's the final stuff that really gives it the finish. That's just to fill the hole. And also did the one downstairs. Hey, bit of history. Must have been around the last time this board was up. See that date? That's 78 or 79. 79. Yeah, 1979. TV and radio. What was on? BBC One. Play Away, repeat. The Wombles, repeat. Oh crikey, nothing's changed for the BBC, has it? What have we done today? Dropped the other cable down to match that one. I've got some nice clam shell type lights to go up there. They'll look great when they're on. Really don't need that ceiling one, bit old fashioned there. So it'll be those instead. And may even put those on the sensor so they just come on automatically. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, what else have we done? That's off. That was the switch for the shower. All the cables are through now, so I can put these boards down. That's box room finished. I'll screw all these down there. That one down there was split halfway through. I may just see if I can find a better board to replace that one, be a bit tidier. And a bit of squeaky boards here. So I shall put some extra screws in to stop them doing that. Nothing worse than squeaky boards. Yeah, put some more paint on this wall. Before I go today, I should paint across the top. I've painted where the light switch channel was, around the sockets. I also painted, oh yeah, did all this around here. I haven't done some of the outside top because that's landing work, to be honest. But yeah, this is all done now, including the skirting. The doors, as I've said before, they're going to come off separately. They're not a bother. You know, when you take the paint off these, you get clouds of stuff, and it's such a mess. So, and no, you can't dip them because they just disintegrate apparently if you do. These locks, I mentioned yesterday, I must take one off before I go. Take the one off my lad's door and get all the paint off it. And we're going to paint these back to what they would have been, which would have been black. And the black doorknob, it'll look nice. More importantly, I'll get this little door catch working. I think my son would appreciate that. Yeah, we're sort of, well, I'm not coming to the end because I've got another hour or so before I finish. Yeah, put some more coats on over here. And possibly Roy Meeks may come over and get me started on papering this ceiling on Friday, or at least towards the end of the week. I think he said he had a bit of time. That is really good of him if he does that. I think maybe once I get the first couple on, it won't be so bad, but it's just getting started with it. And this ceiling would be much better papered. Don't know how I'd tackle that around there. Anyway, tomorrow I shall come in with the sander and do the exposure when you're right on the window. No, that's better. If I can sand that down, PVA it and fill it, at least get it stable, and then it can be papered over. Yeah, everything else I can kind of salt and paint. I don't have a problem with that. Get a bit more paint across the top of that wall today. Already done the bottom. Something else I did today as well. I'm trying to think what on earth it was. That's the thing, you kind of flip from one job to the next. Anyway, I think what we'll do, we'll get these boards down. The return for the ring main, the one that I said was called up there, is now through here and sitting here, because every time I try and get a cable through down to the consumer unit, it's a real fight, and I sometimes sit there for an hour trying to get that through. Once it's through, it's easy peasy, but trying to get it through, you've got sort of, it's a bit of a convoluted angle, to put it that way. So maybe I'll press on with that today. But otherwise, that's it from Ralph's house. I shall be here for at least another 2 or 3 hours, and whatever I've done, I shall push on tomorrow. So, thumbs up or thumbs down if you think I made a lousy job of things. Well, there's nobody to tell me otherwise, there's only me doing it, so leave a comment, love the comments, and see you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.